What's up, everybody? So we're going to check out this Bilitools metric thread repair kit. This is the, let's see, M12 by 1.25. I'm doing an engine swap, and the transmission bolt holes are stripped out, so I need to fix them so I can put it on a engine stand and do the work that I need to do. But when you get the kit, this is what you're looking at. Comes with an instruction sheet, and then it's got two tools, the drill and then the inserts. So we've got this is the knockout tool that knocks out these little pins. This is what you use to thread this in after you get it drilled out and threaded. So we'll check this out and see how it works out, and this will also be kind of a tutorial on how you use it too. Alright, so let me first show you what I'm dealing with here. I've got a couple holes. This one here, the threads are pretty tore up on that, and we're just going to drill it out and retap it. Same with this one here. This one I won't be able to show you guys very well because of where it is. So we'll start with this one. I'll show you how to do this, and we'll see how the tool works, and go from there. Alright, you guys, so I got this side done. I'm gonna delete the part about this because I put the insert, I was trying to put it in wrong at first, and that was a total user error, so I don't want you guys to get the wrong idea. It's been a good kit, definitely, and it was my fault that I tried to put that in the wrong way first. So I'm gonna do this one now, and I'll show you better on this one, and we'll probably just get rid of that side, but worked really well. The drill bit and the threading bit both work great, and then once you get the insert in there, you tap the little tab off. Real simple. But we'll go ahead and do this one now, and I'll show you how this works out. I know this hole is going to be a little harder for you guys to see. You're going to want to drill. I use my Hercules drill. I love Harbor Freight tools. If you're a returning watcher, you've seen me do many reviews on these Hercules tools. They're really good. So the drill bit that comes with the kit, you want to get some kind of cut-in oil to go with it. I got this in a previous tap kit that I used. It was a lot different than this one, but this stuff works really well, so I'm going to use this stuff. And since my hole is on the side, obviously I can't just drip some oil inside there, so I'm going to lube up the drill bit really good. You just get a lot of oil on there, make sure it's got plenty on. And then in my case, this doesn't go all the way through, so I need to be really careful on how far I take it back. The biggest thing is to make sure that you're going in straight, because of course you don't want to drill a crooked hole. And you just take it kind of slowly, just start working that through. Get a little more oil on there. Okay, bouncy. A bit bouncy, but it's working good. I get some more oil in there and dab a little bit in there, try to. That might be down at the end there. I got a little bit further to go. Alright, that should do the trick there. Let me show you where I'm at here. So I'll get that drilled out. Took it all the way down to the bottom there. Now before you start with the tap, you want to get all this metal shavings out of here. Alright, so once you get your hole drilled out, you're going to grab the thread bit. Their directions doesn't give you any directions on how to use this. I don't want to use a drill because I want this to be rather precise. So I found a 9mm wrench that fits that perfectly, and I'm just going to do it by hand. I think it's going to be the better way for me to go on this. But again, you want to get some cutting oil on here, and then you're going to work this in until you get it stopped at the right place. But you want to make sure that it is just as straight can be. So you want to kind of just work that in until you get it to where it's locked up, and make sure that you're straight. I'm looking really good there, so we'll go ahead and start turning this in. You're just gonna kind of put a little pressure on the end while you're twisting this. It don't take much pressure. You're gonna let the bit do most of the work by itself, and you should be all right with this. You should be able to do it by hand. Some of you might be a little more experienced with these and might feel like using a drill. You're more than welcome to do that, but again, I'm just gonna do it by hand. Alright, so we'll take it down a bit, get a little bit of, get more oil on there, and just keep going. Just going to take that all the way down until you feel like you're where you need to be. In my case, it should stop. So I just keep going until it stops. Definitely feels like it's cutting good though. Real easy to do. It's not taking much pressure at all. You know, I'm just pretty much letting the bit do the work by itself. Just keeping it straight. I can feel it tightening up, so I think I'm right about the end there. So we'll take it back out. I'll just back it out slowly. Again, you don't want to rip out the threads that you just put in, so just go nice and slow. Take your time. There's no hurry here. Okay, and you can see how much stuff is on there, so you want to clean that up. And then you're going to clean out your hole again. Okay, and then I personally like to drive this in one more time. Just make sure that you're in the same threads. That way, make sure everything's nice and sharp and clean. Make sure you get the same threads because you don't want to recut them, of course. It should go pretty simple, but again, this is just to make sure that the threads are nice and sharp and clean. Alright, and we'll just clean that hole out again. see, we got some new threads up in there. Looking really good at this point in time. So now you want to get this tool. This is your Helicoil tool. You can see it's got a slot in it. And what that does is you're gonna slip it in to the bottom of this, and that grabs that. So when you go to put it in the hole, it'll twist it. See how that works? So now something that I like to do, and they don't say anything in directions, but I like to put a little bit of thread lock on the outside. That way I know that it's not gonna move, and I'll give it about 24 hours to dry. Doesn't take much at all, just a little thin line of it. Make sure it's all the way around. And again, this isn't something that's in their directions. This is my personal feeling on that. So, but you're gonna take your tool and get that so it's in there. And the biggest thing here is to make sure that you're getting these threads lined up right. You don't want to feel any kind of back force on this. If you start getting, like, you feel like it's getting stuck or something, you need to back it off and see what's going on. So you just keep twisting that in, and you're gonna take that. It says to take it for a half turn past the edge. So we'll just keep going down a little bit, and that should do the trick there. And then you're gonna grab your tap tool. This is going to cut that pin that's on the bottom, so you're going to stick that in there, and you're just going to give it a little tap, and it's going to cut that pin, and then you can blow that pin out. So, and there's that pin there. So that's this piece right here. That's that piece right there. That's why you want to get that. And then you want to make sure that you get it out of the hole. So, and now we have a brand new threaded M12 by 1.25 hole. Check that out. Looks great. Now, one thing to note with these inserts is that when you go to put your bolt in, it's going to be a lot tighter than it used to be because the specs are like exact. So don't expect it. I mean, you might be able to get it in by hand, but a lot of times you're gonna end up, see, like I know it's about halfway in there, but I'm gonna use a wrench, and you can see it goes in really smooth. So we're good to go. I don't want to drive it in too far right now because I want that thread locker to lock in. But as you can see, we've got a new fixed threaded hole now, and I've done both of them now. So we should be good to go. Look at that. It's just great too. So, and that, folks, is one way to fix a stripped out hole or threads. There's other ways, but this is the way I prefer. I hope that helps.